Hey y'all, I just came down to Chelsea's. She wanted me to come down and look. She's working on setting her living room up as a crafting room because the little room that she did have the crafting supplies in, she can't spread everything out enough to really see, have a good outcome with how she's working. So, yay. So I thought before I head home that I would walk up here and look at the cover crop. It's beginning to look really nice from the road. And the beans, it's about time to pick these because these beans need to be picked and put away because they are seed now for next year. Yeah, not a perfect stage. Very nice. And you can see where Hugh has created 2 beds for the peonies. They have not came across yet. Hopefully that will happen tomorrow. We had a good rain today. I wish I had them in the ground today because that would have been nice. But the ground will actually be nice and wet to receive them, so that will be good. These guys, they are struggling just a little bit because the weather has been so chilly at night. There's still lots of nice little flowers on them, but look how teeny the beans are. And they just don't appear to be going any further than that. So I don't know. We may not get any beans off of this row next year. Nope, down here at the bottom. Look, we're getting beans. Hot dog. Yay, look in there. I just wasn't looking in the right spot. It looks like I need to put beans up this weekend. Maybe, no. He likes them with an actual bean in them. I like them with just the green part. But, so we usually just compromise and get them when they're not real full. And there's our other bed for the peonies. That makes me happy. Yeah, there's going to be plenty of beans coming on. Very nice. So yay. Might get a couple canners full off of that row. But tomorrow, that is the job. I got to get that in my mind. And I'll bring y'all across. Even if I just do a short, I'll bring you across and show you that they are in the ground. Hold my feet to the fire, y'all. If I know that you're expecting it, you can be my conscience. You can say, all right, Patty, get her done. Now, look at this, y'all. This makes me happy. I get happy very easily. But you can see we have some nice buckwheat coming on. And we have some peas in here. Where did I see some peas? Lots of buckwheat, some peas, lots of oats. This field is full. And I'm glad that it rained on it again today because that will almost just set the roots. They were getting a little dry again. We had a rain a couple of days ago. Listen, do you hear the thunder? Hope I don't get caught out in it. Look at all the rocks over in there. But this whole bed will just be used for perennials. Chelsea and I are through the state of North Carolina, and it's the tobacco. It's something to do with a tobacco settlement where farms that used to have tobacco poundage. And you don't even have to have that now, but you can apply for a grant. And we are going to apply for that grant. We have to meet with our extension agent. She's coming the first week in October. We'll show her what we're doing. And then there is an application that I've started, but oh my goodness, my mind just doesn't work like that. There's like a dozen or more essay questions. And then there's all kinds of financial questions. And this thing's going to take hours and hours to fill out. But hey, if they're willing to give us $10,000 toward doing the things that we need to do on this farm for next year, wow. That would get us started in a really, really good space next year. Because with that money, we would be able to purchase all of our irrigation, purchase all of our plastic mulch, purchase lots and lots and lots of woodies that will go in the ground probably next fall. We probably won't have any go into the ground this spring, but next fall we'll have lots and lots to go in the ground, and that will give us the ability to really start this thing out well without sinking monies that we really don't have to sink right now into the project. So yeah. Like I said, it's some kind of a tobacco settlement that, you know, they signed. It's an agreement with the government that they're helping tobacco farmers and past tobacco farmers to transition, because there's still people in the area that grow tobacco. We don't, but to help with the transition from tobacco farming into something different. But this field is really a big field, y'all. And so it will be, you know, all the way down to Chelsea's little barn. And if we have to, I mean, we'll get this much started and planted, and over time, we can just keep going up and up and up and around. We don't want to get over there too close to the tree line because it will get, you know, too much shade in the morning. And we can't get down in that little dip because that, when it rains really hard, that tends to wash all the way down. So we'll have to keep it up on this edge, but we have enough room to probably almost double the size of this field again. So if we end up growing lots of woodies, lots of peonies. Chelsea's bound and determined that we're growing dahlias. So, but everything will be a perennial or look at the pretty fog on the mountain. A perennial or a woody on this side of the road. So yay. That makes me happy, y'all. We won't be growing anything over here. No annuals. We won't have any U-cut products over here. Just perennials and just woodies. And this whole side will end up being, and you know, it could also be that some of the things we grow over here will also be things that we'll dig up and put in pots when they establish to sell at the nursery. Or, you know, at the nursery. It's not like it's a location away from here. To sell at our little nursery, which is basically, you know, whatever it ends up being. I need to bring a little trash bag over and pick up some trash. But listen to the thunder off in the distance. We're getting closer and closer to Chelsea's doctor's appointment. She has one more big test on the 24th of this month. And then she will finally see the neurologist, I think the 4th or the 6th of October. I would have to look at the calendar. But that makes me happy. I'm just holding on to hope that whatever is going on with her little body, that it's just something that is not going to be a lifelong issue. The cattle are having fun. but it's something that can be treated and healed completely. Even if the healing process takes a year or two, we can handle that. And of course, y'all don't often see the field from this side. That's going to be just totally annuals, maybe some perennials that are more like a perennial for, you know, U-cuts, like yarrow, and can't think right off of hand, but there's a lot of annuals that are, a lot of perennials that are good for cut flower arrangements. We have some neighbors. Sounds like they're having a party. But anyway, the sunset's just going to be pretty tonight. Alright, y'all. Well, I am going to head inside and watch the news with Hubie. It's that time of day. Actually, the news may be over. That will be good. That will be lovely. Hope the news is over. So I'll just go inside and put my little recliner footstool up, and he'll have his little recliner footstool up, and we'll just sit and he'll watch westerns and I'll flick around on YouTube. That's what we do in the evening. We are so old. We are so old. Oh well. Every now and then he'll stop and he'll say, look at this, and he'll show me if he usually has his iPad in his lap too. And he is looking at tractors, and he is looking at old car sites and dogs. And he'll stop and he'll hand me his iPad, and it's got the cutest, funniest little bulldog or something on it. And so, or I'll show him something on YouTube or Facebook, and so we amuse each other that way. We've talked for almost 45 years, so there's not a lot left to talk about. So we just show each other memes and funny dog videos. Oh well. All right, y'all. Well, I love you, love you. I hope your day is as peaceful as it is here. And I will see you tomorrow. Love you much. Bye-bye.